Hello friends. Today I'm going to teach you about something called game theory. Game theory is a way of thinking about how people make decisions in games and real-life situations. In game theory, we assume that each player is trying to make the best decision for themselves, just like you want to win a game with your friends. Game theory helps you figure out what other players might do, so you can make the best decision for yourself. In a game, sometimes making the best decision means working together with your friends, and other times, it means trying to outsmart them. For example, let's say you're playing a game of rock, paper, scissors with your friend. You know that your friend always picks rock, so you decide to pick paper. That's game theory in action. You use what you knew about your friend to make the best decision for yourself. Game theory can also help you figure out how to cooperate with others to achieve a common goal. In many games, you have to work together with other players to win. For example, in a game of soccer, your team has to work together to score goals and keep the other team from scoring. Game theory can help you figure out how to play well with others. Other times, game theory can help you figure out how to beat your opponents at their own game. In some games, you have to try to outsmart your opponents to win. For example, in the game of chess, you have to plan your moves ahead of time to outmaneuver your opponent. Game theory can help you figure out the best way to play. One famous example of game theory is the prisoner's dilemma. In this game, two people are being questioned by the police, and they have to decide whether to confess or stay silent. If both people confess, they both get punished. If neither confess, they both go free. But if one person confesses and the other doesn't, the person who confesses goes free and the other person gets punished. Game theory helps us understand why it might be better for both people to stay silent, even though confessing might seem like the best option. Another example of game theory is the tragedy of the commons. This is a situation where everyone has access to a shared resource, like a park or a lake. If everyone takes as much as they want, the resource will eventually run out. But if everyone agrees to take only what they need, the resource can last a long time. Game theory helps us figure out how to balance our own needs with the needs of others. Game theory can also help us understand why people might make certain decisions. For example, let's say you have a cake, and you want to share it with your friend. Game theory can help you figure out the best way to divide the cake so that you both get a fair share. Game theory can also help us understand why people might cheat in games. Sometimes, players might cheat to try to win, even though cheating isn't fair. Game theory can help us figure out why someone might cheat and how we can prevent cheating in games. Game theory can also help us understand why some games are more fun than others. Some games are more enjoyable when everyone is working together, while other games are more fun when everyone is trying to outsmart each other. Game theory can help us figure out what makes games fun and how to create games that everyone will enjoy. Game theory can also help us understand how people might behave in real-world situations. For example, game theory can help us understand how companies might make decisions about pricing their products or how governments might make decisions about allocating resources. Overall, game theory is a way of thinking about how people make decisions and interact with each other in different situations. By using game theory, we can better understand the strategies and choices that people make, and how these decisions impact the outcome of the situation. One of the most important things to remember about game theory is that it's all about trying to make the best decision for yourself, while also taking into account what other players might do. This means that you have to think about what your friends or opponents might do, and how that will impact your own decision. Game theory can also help you understand why people might act differently in different situations. For example, if you're playing a game with a friend, they might play differently if they're trying to win than if they're just playing for fun. By understanding how people might behave in different situations, you can better predict how they will act and make better decisions. Another important concept in game theory is the idea of a payoff. A payoff is what you get as a result of your decision. For example, in a game of rock, paper, scissors, your payoff might be winning the game or getting a prize. By understanding the potential payoffs of different decisions, you can make a more informed choice. Game theory can also help you understand the concept of risk. Risk is the possibility that something bad might happen as a result of your decision. For example, if you decide to climb a tree, there's a risk that you might fall and get hurt. By understanding the potential risks of different decisions, you can make a safer choice. Another important concept in game theory is cooperation. Cooperation means working together with others to achieve a common goal. For example, if you're playing a game of soccer, you have to cooperate with your team to score goals and win the game. By understanding the importance of cooperation, you can work better with others and achieve more. One of the most important things to remember about game theory is that it's not just for games. Game theory can help us understand how people make decisions in all kinds of situations, from everyday life to business and politics. By using game theory, we can better understand how people make choices and how we can make better choices ourselves. Game theory can also help us understand the importance of communication. Communication means talking to others and sharing your thoughts and ideas. In games, communication can help you work better with your team or outsmart your opponents. In real life, communication can help you work better with others and achieve more. Another important concept in game theory is the idea of equilibrium. Equilibrium is a situation where everyone is making the best decision for themselves, given what other players are doing. In an equilibrium situation, no one can improve their payoff by changing their decision. By understanding equilibrium, we can better predict what other players might do and make better decisions ourselves. Game theory can also help us understand why some situations are more complicated than others. Some games and situations are more complex because there are more players involved or more potential outcomes. By understanding the complexity of different situations, we can better understand how to make the best decision. In conclusion, game theory is a way of thinking about how people make decisions and interact with each other in different situations. By using game theory, we can better understand the strategies and choices that people make, and how these decisions impact the outcome of the situation. Whether you're playing a game with your friends or making a decision in the real world, game theory can help you make better choices and achieve more. So, next time you're playing a game, remember to think like a game theorist and make the best decision for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like, subscribe buttons and the notification bell so you can join the Simplify squad.